Надад өчүүхэн охин бий. Та үз.
Borta's father accepts the proposal and welcomes the young Temujin among his family. The two children are kindred spirits, something they both come to realize on the long rides across the steppes. In these carefree days, neither can know the adversity they will face. But a messenger will soon bring news that will change their lives forever. Temujin's father has been killed, poisoned in an act of revenge by an enemy Tartar clan. The boy must return to his people. But Temujin will return to an uncertain fate. Without his father, his family has no protection. They have been abandoned by their tribe, left to fend for themselves.
All the people had gone away, leaving only the mother and her sons. She was born of great courage. With a stick in her hand, she fed them by digging up roots.
Temujin's family, once wealthy, now has nothing. In their desperation, Temujin and his three brothers begin to quarrel. Over time, the conflict escalates. Eventually, it turns violent. Temujin comes to see the conflict as a war with only one certain end. As the oldest, he will settle the score with his rival brother, Bekta.
Bekta sat in a clearing, watching the family's horses grazing. Temujin and his other brother crept up from behind, drawing their arrows to shoot. Bekta said, "How can you treat me like some dirt in your eye, like something that's keeping the food from your mouth? How can you do this, when there's no one to fight but our own shadows?"
Temujin and his family are constantly hunted by his father's old enemies, enemies eager to capture or kill their dead rival's eldest son. They hide in the forest, but even here, they cannot escape their pursuers.
When the family saw the soldiers approaching, they were frightened. His brother Khazar fired off a volley of arrows to hold the soldiers back. While they were fighting, the attackers called out, "Send out your elder brother, Temujin. We're not here to fight with you." Upon this call, they put Temujin on a horse and sent him away to flee.
Temujin cannot escape his pursuers. He is captured, bound, and brought to the camp of an enemy clan to live his life as a slave. He is humiliated and ridiculed, forced to serve his tormentors. Yet even here, there are some who believe the shaman's prophecy that Temujin will one day be a great leader. But most are simply determined to break his will. During the night, he is lashed to a yoke and guarded. But Temujin's life will not be the life of a slave.
If I run for the woods, they will spot me, he thought to himself. So he went to the river, using his yoke as a float. But as Shogun Shira passed by the river, he saw Temujin lying there and spoke to him quietly. It's because you're a clever young man that they are afraid of you. They say your eyes contain fire, that your face fills with light. Just stay where you are. I won't tell them I've seen you.
Shihi Huduk records that Temujin does escape. But the history contains many gaping holes, lost years in the life of the young Genghis Khan. His youth behind him, Temujin emerges as an imposing man, a man in command of a small army of Mongol warriors. After years of searching, he has found his betrothed child bride, Borta, and made her his wife. But he knows he will need much more to survive. Temujin needs allies, and he seeks the favor of Toril Khan, leader of the Karites, a man who had once been a close friend of his father.
In
the old days, you and my father were blood brothers. You are like my father. I've just married an Ungurad woman, and I brought the wedding gift to you.
Toril gives Temujin his blessing and his permission to reunite his clan, even to raise an army. enterprising young men are drawn to Temujin's camp and trained as warriors. As an incentive for obedience, Temujin promises them raids and rich rewards. Here, his riders learn an unusual skill: to fire their arrows at their enemies while riding away at full gallop.